Good morning, and thank you for joining me for my presentation. I really am excited for you all to be here to check out what I have been learning about in one of my courses. If you have noticed, I have left some sticky notes and post-it notes on your all's desk. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments or tips on how I can make this presentation better, feel free to write those comments or questions down on a sticky note and I will grab them at the end. I'm going to try to keep this presentation to under 10 minutes, but if you have a question that you absolutely just need some clarity on, don't hesitate to raise your hand and ask, and I will get those addressed. So again, thanks for joining me, and let's get into it. So this is a summary presentation to novice teachers. My name is Drew Widaman. I'm currently enrolled at Northwest Missouri State University in the Curriculum and Instruction program. This particular summary is over the course Culture and Student Engagement, which was taught by Dr. W. Daniel Gordon. All right, let's jump right in. So Module 1, the highly engaged classroom. So here we became familiar with factors that influence the culture, engagement, motivation, and achievement of students in the classroom. So some of those things are culture. So you want to create a positive environment where students feel safe, respected, and valued. Relationships. We don't just want to focus on teacher-student relationships. We also need to focus on peer-to-peer relationships and how we can help foster those. We want to give clear expectations so we can help our students understand what exactly is expected of them so they're not playing a guessing game. We want to have engaging activities where students' interests are applied, and we can cater to the different learning styles of our students. We assess levels of engagement in our classroom. So analyzing your own classroom for engagement is a critical component of teaching. It provides feedback for improvement for the teacher on their own performance. It supports both student learning and classroom management. Engaged students have better learning outcomes, and there is all sorts of statistical data out there to support that. Next, we looked at student voice and its role in the classroom. So we want to give student autonomy, give those students some choice. A student voice refers to the active participation of students in decisions that affect their learning experience, all right? Fisher says that when students believe they have a choice in school, hear me out, they are seven times more likely to be academically motivated, and I can't stress the importance of that. I think that is insane. Lastly, we looked at behavioral, cognitive, and relational engagement. So to sum that up, behavioral engagement includes visual actions. Cognitive engagement deals with the student's mental process. And then lastly, relational engagement highlights the importance of fostering good relationships in the educational setting. Next, we moved on to Module 2, and honestly, Module 2 was my favorite module out of the whole thing. I did a lot of extra reading and on my own by choice, just because it was fascinating to me. Connecting brain functions to engagement and student achievement. So student engagement and achievement are closely connected to brain functions such as attention, memory, and cognitive processing. When students are engaged, their brains are more active, which can enhance their ability to pay attention and process information and even retain knowledge. The use of brain-based learning. So brain-based learning leverages our understanding of how the brain works to improve teaching and learning practices by aligning methods with how the brain naturally processes information. Brain-based learning can increase student interest and engagement. Here's my favorite part of this one. Connect brain science to building positive relationships in the classroom. Positive relationships stimulate the release of oxytocin and dopamine in your brain, which are associated with the feelings of trust, pleasure, and motivation. And those chemicals enhance learning by helping with memory retention, regulating emotions, and fostering optimal learning environments. And then we did an analysis of interactions with students using the TESSA model, which is teacher expectations of student achievement. Teachers might analyze interactions in their classroom in order to promote equity, improve relationships, and enhance engagement and increase achievement. I'll tell you what, whenever I did mine and I analyzed my interactions, I was pleasantly surprised. And also, whenever I changed activities, I noticed that levels of interactions changed based off the activity. So some students are more engaged in some activities than others, right? And I think that is very interesting, and I think it could be interesting to you to see that firsthand. Next, we went to Module 3, the growth mindset. In a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point, right? So we need to have that mindset that we can get better, right? We don't want to have a fixed mindset where we are stuck and we don't think we can get better. The first step to getting better is believing that you can get better. So growth mindset and its relationship to motivation and student achievement. When students know that when students know what they are supposed to learn, why they are learning it, and how they know and how they will know what they have learned, that's the important part. I'm gonna say this again. When students know what they are supposed to learn, why they are learning it, and how they will know what they have learned, they learn more, they behave better, and they engage in school in more substantial ways. That is a direct quote from Fisher, and I believe every word of it. Connections between growth mindset, clarity, and challenge. Clarity and challenge are important components for growth mindset because they create an environment that fosters resilience, perseverance, and a belief in the potential to improve. Module 4, the engaged learning environment. All right, educational settings. Actually, let me take a step back. A lot of people think that the engaged learning environment and what are flexible learning environments, you immediately think to flexible seating. It is so much more than bean bags and comfortable seats, right? This is the whole classroom. So it's the whole educational setting that is designed to adapt diverse needs, preferences, and learning styles of the student. These environments offer a range of options and resources to support personalized learning experiences. So how can we justify implementation of flexible environments to promote a positive culture, student engagement, and achievement? Implementing flexible learning environments fosters a positive culture of student engagement and achievement by allowing personalized, collaborative, and adaptive learning experiences that cater to diverse needs and empower students to take ownership of their education. And I'm going to stress that, we really want our students to take ownership and feel like they have ownership over their own education. Module 5, links between SEL, which is social and emotional learning, culture and engagement. So what is social and emotional learning? That is the process in which individuals develop the skills to understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, demonstrate empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions. So the relationship between social and emotional learning, student engagement, and student achievement. SEL enhances student engagement and achievement by developing students' emotional intelligence, interpersonal skills, and self-regulations, which leads to improved focus, motivation, and academic success. Mod 6. So in Module 5, we started looking at Dr. Jeffrey Benson, and in Mod 6, we really put it to work. So Dr. Jeffrey Benson is the author of Improve Every Lesson Plan with SEL, and his entire philosophy is that SEL should not be a separate program within the school, but rather it should be integrated into lesson plans that we teach every day. right? And so in this module, we actually looked at how we could incorporate SEL into lesson plans. And so at first you might be a little bit intimidated by that, but by taking your old lesson plans and incorporating SEL into them, it actually makes it very easy. It was not near as tedious as I thought it would originally be. And it turns out it's pretty easy to add small components of SEL to a lesson. We started out adding SEL to older lessons so that, like I said, so that it doesn't seem as scary or challenging compared to creating new lessons around SEL. So again, it's easy to add little components here and there instead of developing an entirely new system. And so if you guys are curious about ways that you could implement small bits of SEL, please feel free to come and holler at me and we can talk about different ways that you can incorporate it into your own classroom. And then last but not least, thank you for attending. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. This presentation will be available via this PowerPoint, or if you want the explanations and all that, I can also share this in a video. I've been recording this as well, so I will put that on YouTube and I can share you the link with that. So thank you for coming to my presentation, and I hope you guys learned a little bit. Have a good one.